and visited quite a number, but never actually worked along such a devastated people group.
We arrived here in Malabo about midday after flying over the city, and we were absolutely stunned with the destruction.
I'm walking down one of the main streets of town here in this village. When the tsunami first hit here, there were 3 waves, and the 3rd wave that came in, the people said it was like a large cobra. It just never broke. It just kept on pushing through, and it actually covered the highest of all these trees here.
We're here in the village of Kampung Baru, a village where there were about 800 people that lived. And the water came through here in the low area, was about 40 to 50 feet deep. And the people that lived in this low area, all of their homes were washed away. We've been told that about 150 people died in the low area here.
We're here in the village of Panga, and we've just landed with 2 MAF aircraft. And this is one of the first places that MAF came into. When they first came in here, a lot of the people hadn't eaten for 4 to 5 days, and they just swamped the airplanes. Just the village, just right here, they lost about 700 people on the day of the tsunami.
We're only working on about 150 kilometre stretch of the coastline of the west of Sumatra, and there's just devastation everywhere we go. The infrastructure is next to none that's remaining, but MAF through the aviation, we've been able to keep people in contact with the outside world. We've been able to provide some physical support and some emotional support, and just be a friend alongside these people to try and help them recover and rebuild their lives.
This area has literally been closed to outsiders or Westerners. And so these people, they formed their impressions of Westerners and Christians based on what they've been told, not what they've experienced firsthand. And it's really been an experience for us to be able to see them express their surprise at how we've lived among them and tried to help them rebuild their lives. They have said more than once that they didn't know we were this way.
It's not always easy to put a team together when you're working under these conditions or bringing in people from all different areas of the world. And now we've been cooperating between MAF Europe and MAF US and Australia. And it's just been fantastic to see how this team has been functioning together, supporting each other, and just lending a hand when it's necessary.
I'd like to welcome you to the Internet Cafe. We have an administrator computer here that we are keeping documents on for the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. Things like maps, meeting notes, briefings, security advisories, all those sort of things are stored on this computer, and then people can access those files from any of the computers that are connected to our network.
Probably about 100 people have used it, and we have regular users that come in. One of the most interesting things, a lot of people like to make phone calls, and we have a phone over here that's called an IP phone. When you pick up this dial tone, here, you're calling from the United States. You actually are getting a dial tone in North Carolina.
I'd like to see the Indonesian people rebuild their communities for themselves and just to become that self-sufficient once again. They were a great people group before, And I think all we need to do is to be that helping hand to come alongside and just to get them back on their feet.
And this is one of the 4 places where we've been serving with the 206 and the air van. And just this morning when we arrived, I asked the village chief, I said, who all has been serving you? Who's been bringing food in? And he looked at me and smiled and said, only this small plane has been bringing us food.
We're in one of the storage sheds where they're storing all the stuff, and this is what's left here, just this rice. And they were telling me yesterday they have about 6 days of rice left in this village area. We need to get a lot more in here.
It's obvious that, and even from talking with people, they don't want to be up in the relief camps. They want to come back to the land that they know and rebuild what's left of their homes. And they just want life to get back to normal.
How many passengers did you say? Just one. Okay, yeah, I could do that. 6:30. Yeah, check in at 6:30.
You are on the CRS?